Incorporated, located in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, is a world-class producer of fine quality pool cues, cases, and accessories. People who love the game respect the precision and performance of McDermott cues. Our quality begins with the use of only the finest domestic and imported woods, such as hard rock maple, bird's eye maple, ebony, bacote, Brazilian rosewood, cocabola, diamond wood, parda, murata, zircote, and others. The woods arrive in the form of rough-sawn planks. Though they are graded before shipment, McDermott immediately inspects and grades them again. Those planks which pass inspection are cut to 1.5-inch squares in various lengths. Next, these pieces are rough-turned on an automated lathe. After this initial turn, the pieces are further inspected. Those which continue to meet McDermott's strict quality standards are put into storage within a climate-controlled environment for curing, where they remain from 6 months to 2 years. McDermott's E-Series cues have a 3-piece butt design, which helps to prevent warping. The butt components are made primarily from maple, a dense, rigid wood that also resists warping. Other, more exotic woods are used for their color as inlays and decoration. The maple pieces, which have been cut, turned once, and cured, are now ready to be machined and further detailed, including drilling and tapping. These pieces now go to the glue room. Using a specially formulated epoxy, the 3 pieces of the butt are screwed together, forming an extremely strong and durable bond. This butt assembly is then sent to the router room, where it is rough-turned. From the router room, these butt assemblies are stored and further cured in work-in-process bins for up to another year. From the work-in-process bins, the butt assemblies are sent back to the router room. Here on these specially designed lathes, the butt assemblies are turned for a second time to assure straightness. After turning, they are returned to the machining room, where the tenons are cut and threaded for the joint ring assembly, and the hole is drilled and tapped for the stainless steel joint pin. From the machining room, the butt assembly is sent back to the glue room, where the joint ring assembly and stainless steel joint pin are epoxy bonded with the butt. The exclusive McDermott style joint is made from a special material composed of powdered wood mixed with epoxy and special resins. Under extreme heat and pressure, this material is custom molded into the joint ring and butt cap shapes. This butt assembly is now either stored in work-in-process bins for up to an additional 6 months or sent to be prepared for inlays. For those players who want to make a distinctive statement in their game, McDermott offers a wide variety of cues. In fact, we have more than 80 models from which to choose. The detailed inlaying that makes our cues distinctive begins in our computer CAD/CAM area with our in-house artists and designers. Each year, hundreds of design ideas are created and dozens of prototypes made. Yet only a handful of the best make it into production. The designs that are chosen are digitized and downloaded into one of our Bostomatic 300 computer numerically controlled milling machines. Here, the digitized layout is transformed into individual patterns, which eventually become assembled as part of an intricate inlay design. This computer-controlled router is amazing, cutting intricate inlays of extraordinary detail to within 1/10,000th of an inch. The milled butt assemblies go to the glue room, where the inlays are fitted and epoxy bonded into place. Those butt assemblies which receive inlays and additional decoration are also cured for up to 6 months in work-in-process storage bins. From the work-in-process bins, the butt is sent back to the router room to be turned for the third and final time to assure continued straightness. Specially selected hard rock maple is purchased in various forms to be made into shafts. McDermott shaft wood is hand-picked for its white color and straight grain. Upon arrival, the shaft wood is graded again, rough-turned on a lathe, regraded, and cured from 6 months to 2 years to assure straightness. After this curing period, the shafts are turned a second time in the router room and selected for use on specific cue models. From the router room, the shafts are sent to the machining room to be drilled and tapped. Tenons are also cut and threaded for the ferrules and joint ring assemblies. The shafts are now sent to the glue room to be fitted with decorative rings, ferrules, and tips. All parts are mechanically screwed together and epoxy bonded for added strength. Because our joints and ferrules are threaded and then bonded with epoxy, our cues are extremely strong and provide optimum playing performance. McDermott's exclusive ferrules are made from a special blend of cotton fibers in a patented process. These cotton fiber ferrules are superior to plastic or ivory ferrules because they do not crack or chip and provide the optimal surface on which to glue the tip. These exclusive ferrules also greatly reduce cue vibration and noise. With McDermott's attention to detail and performance, we have even mastered the art of making our own cue tips from the finest available leather. These completed shaft assemblies are now stored in work-in-process bins for 6 months or longer. When the butts and shafts have been individually prepared, they are ready to be mated together and are sent to the machining room. Here, the butt is secured in a custom-designed lathe, and the shaft is then screwed to the butt. With 2 passes on this computer-controlled precision lathe, the joint is turned to exactly match the shaft to the butt taper. The cues are now ready for staining. At this point, the cues are run through a centerless belt sander. Stains are applied by hand with the skill and craftsmanship of an artisan. McDermott's exclusive custom-blended imported stains are applied only to specified areas of the cues to enhance the natural beauty of the wood and to complement each cue's individual design. After staining, the cues are sent to McDermott's state-of-the-art, specially designed electrostatic ultraviolet finishing booth. Here, the cues are attached to transport clips, which are negatively charged. The clips pass this negative charge through to the cues. As the cues enter the first compartment, the positively charged ultraviolet sealant mist is actually attracted to the negatively charged cues, coating them completely and evenly. In the second compartment, the cues are exposed to intense ultraviolet light, which completely dries this special sealant within a few seconds. The cues are returned to the sanding room where they are sanded, first using the centerless belt sander and then by hand. This prepares the surface for the final coat, a special ultraviolet hard finish. After the ultraviolet hard finish coat, the cues are engraved with the world-famous McDermott Shamrock logo. The cues are then weighed, bagged, and placed into one of hundreds of drawers in the shipping room to be pulled to fill a customer order. Orders from any one of our more than 800 dealers throughout the world are taken by the McDermott telemarketing team. The order is sent to the shipping room, where cues are pulled from the storage drawers. The order is filled by cue model, stain, and weight. The shafts are sent to the shaft cutting room. Here, the shaft is turned down to its final size in millimeters to exactly match the customer's order specifications. The butts are then wrapped in one of several durable materials. For example, a customer can choose Irish linen in one of 12 colors, nylon in one of more than 20 colors, leather, or the exclusive McDermott cork. To assure continued adhesion and a firm grip, each wrap is secured using the best possible bonding method for that specific wrap material. The cue is now weighted to match the customer order and labeled with its individual specifications and price. The butt and shaft is then assembled and roll tested on a covered Blanchard ground steel plate to assure that every cue is perfectly straight. We will reject a cue at any point in the process if it does not meet McDermott's strict quality standards. The cues are then disassembled and receive a final inspection. They are individually bagged, carefully wrapped in paper, and boxed. The box is then labeled and shipped via UPS to every corner of the world. To help protect your investment, McDermott manufactures a line of high-quality hard cases. For example, the Super Mac is manufactured from an extruded aluminum tube, covered in genuine leather, and capped with richly stained maple, branded with the McDermott logo. McDermott cues are the best because of our unwavering commitment to quality. Utilizing state-of-the-art high-tech equipment and specially skilled technicians, McDermott Cue Manufacturing Incorporated continues to set the manufacturing standards for the industry. In the relentless pursuit of perfection, our goal is to manufacture and sell billiard supplies to provide total customer satisfaction. If you and your customers want the best, there's only one: McDermott, producing world-class pool cues for serious players who demand only the best.
McDermott Cue was founded by my father and my mother, and as we grew, my sister and I evolved into it, and it became a daily routine. It's not your typical day of going to work at the office. It's more like being at home with the family. So we hope to, evolve that and bring all the employees into that same type of atmosphere. When we moved over here, we checked out dozens of dust collection systems. And we found this one. It was made up in Minnesota, and it's got these 3 55-gallon drums underneath it. And on a good day, when we're running a lot of machinery and making a lot of sawdust, they're emptying these 55-gallon drums every couple hours. So we need a place to go with all this sawdust. So we installed a trash compactor real close by, where you'd open the chute and dump the sawdust in, and then compact it, and then every couple weeks they come and change the loader on it. It's been a big savings and help. As a result of this dust collection system and the hard work of all the employees, at the end of each day, they clean up and sweep the floors into the floor mounts on the dust collection system, and it helps keep the floors clean. And then what they don't get off the machines from the daily ventilation, they've got little vacuum sweepers that they clean up nightly, which results in the fact that the plant is kept, very, very clean. Our air compressor room is one of the other unique facilities here at McDermott Cue. We needed a place for the air compressors, and we also needed a place that would be cool enough in the summer and warm enough in the winter. So we designed a room on the second floor that's got fresh air intakes and then passes over the coils to cool the air compressors and then vents out the ceiling fan. Well, years ago, when we made the first set of cue drawers, my father and I kind of designed them and built them. And then as we get bigger, we have installed a full-time cabinet maker and an assistant to constantly build these cue drawers and shelving and all our bins. Our cabinet maker and assistant build all the office furniture in the facility. Each piece of furniture is unique. Each office is geared to different functions and set up accordingly. So they build the furniture to fit each person's need. The sales department is very important at McDermott Cue. Everything is sold by a telemarketing team, which is 5 or 6 individuals constantly on the phone talking to our nearly 800 dealers worldwide. It's real important for the salespeople to be in touch with the product as well as the dealers. And the dealers' feedback is very important in making the product. So the telemarketing team being on the phone talking to the dealers daily is one of the unique features here at McDermott Cue. The sales manager, Dave Law, has been in sales and marketing for 25 years, and he's been a great asset.
Marilyn has been a very intricate part of the business. She did all the pickup and delivery in the very beginning, and without her, I don't think the company would even be here. She's been able to do all the office and bookkeeping and records keeping and answering all the telephone calls and doing everything that there is to do in the office. And she was really a one-man office probably for 3 or 4 years. Without her, I don't think the company would even be here. She's been that important to me. My son Jess has been an extremely important part of the business, just like his mother, because he's been able to start working for us when he was only 12 years old. He's an extremely important part of the business now because he's the vice president of the company. Jess should end up being the lead person in the firm within the next 4 to 5 years. My daughter Phyllis, in the very beginning, was an extremely important part of the business because she took care of all the housework, which was quite a chore for a 10-year-old girl. Phyllis's title is the secretary and treasurer of the company, and she really handles that duty quite well. McDermott Cue started when Jess was about 2 years old, which is like 25 years ago. And I was looking for a hobby or something to do in the evenings just to help manage my nervous strains, I guess. And I started helping an older gentleman that was doing cue repair works for the city of Milwaukee. And he passed away about 5 years after I met him, and I ended up doing all the repairs for the city of Milwaukee. And from there, I started making some custom cues and decided that, well, I might as well be making cues full-time because the job had already gotten into being a full-time job just doing repairs. So I went in, I stopped my sheet metal trade and went into making cues full-time, which was quite an undertaking. And it has grown from being just an operation out of the basement all the way into a multi-million-dollar factory and quite a large yearly production of cues. I'm hoping in the next 4 to 5 years we'll be able to double the production that we have now, which will get us into being a pretty good sized business. From the basement operation, we moved to a location which had a small building on it with the existing building we have now. We've built 3 times since we've been in business. We're very happy with the plant itself. It's definitely working the way we've designed the building with all the separated rooms inside. The building really has worked remarkably well for us, and with the dust collecting system and all the different helpful things that we built into the building, it really has worked well. We're very happy with it and figure that we're going to be able to stay here for a long time. Judy Jorgensen is our office receptionist, and she's got a tremendous amount of work that she does for us. She answers all the phones. She takes care of all the people coming in, applications for jobs. She does a lot of the typing and handles a lot of different things in a day's time. We're very happy with Judy. Phyllis, Leslie, and Angie are what makes up our bookkeeping department. It's an extremely important job and has grown from Maryland all the way up to 3 people handling this job, which shows the amount of growth in the company. Marlene and Linda make up our accounts receivable and billing department. They work as quite a team and do an excellent job. I'm very happy with the company. I'm very happy with the growth that we've had in the company. I'm looking forward to a lot more growth in the future. My plans are really to double in size in the next 5 years. So I think it's possible, and I think that with my son and daughter and the rest of the people that I have working here, we will see that growth in the next couple of years.
McDermott Cue in the 90s, we feel is going to be even bigger and better. Moving into this building, we still got areas that are untouched as far as machinery and capacity. McDermott Cue currently has established a wide base in which to build numerous amounts of sales. So currently we're promoting new sales and marketing techniques to double and triple McDermott Cue sales. The E-Series line is new and different. We've got some fresh input and different colors and technology as far as inlay material, so that the cues take on a whole new shape and color. McDermott plans on expanding the worldwide market into the far corners of the world. We currently have cues distributed throughout Europe, and now that the Eastern Bloc is starting to open up, we're currently pursuing that.